A great meeting this morning, our staff, Tell the Truth Monday. I want to say this first. Ultimately, I'm responsible for the performance of this team. I've always been responsible, and I always will be. First and foremost, I want to get that point across today. Things that we need to fix on offense, pre-snap process. Our run game, we need to be more physical. Red zone, very disappointed. We were very disappointed in our performance in the red zone. And third down. On defense, obviously the containment of the quarterback, rush lanes, and how to tackle quarterback. Though we had some tremendous pressure on him, but give him credit, he made some tremendous plays. And also, when we're chasing the quarterback, we have to stay in coverage. We call it plaster. We need to work on that. We can't get out of coverage. Eye discipline on a man-to-man and third down. But overall, I thought we had a great meeting with our staff this morning. We have a great meeting with our team today. There's some tremendous leaders on this team. On offense, Keyshawn Butte is doing a great job of leading us. On defense, Damone Clark is playing outstanding, great leader. We're going to count on those guys this week. On to Kentucky, 5-0. Coach Stoops has done a tremendous job with his team. On offense, they're pro style, 29 points per game. They have the leading rusher. They have the leading receiver in the SEC. They have a great run game. Chris Rodriguez, an outstanding runner. Wendell Robinson is very dangerous. Levi is a very capable passer that operates very well in their offense. On defense, they're very stout with a 3-4. They play great technique. They had an outstanding game against Florida. Only 16 points allowed per game, 104 yards rushing, very stout. Got some tremendous players on that team. It's going to be a tremendous challenge for us. It'll be a great challenge to go on the road, taking on a 5-0 team. I'm looking forward to meeting our team today and have a tremendous practice. Any questions?
Hey, Coach, good morning.
Morning.
Jay Pete's real bright guy, highly recommended. His first time being an offensive coordinator. During your preseason games and whatnot, did you guys really practice calling in plays and everything?
Sure.
And did you feel like you had a good grasp on that?
Yeah, we practiced calling in plays. In fact, because we had two new coordinators, our team periods, mostly our team periods are scripted, but in camp we went one team period scripted, one team period not. We let them call plays. We worked on taking the field with 25 seconds left. That's called in the winning edge. So most of those things have been worked on.
It's more challenging during a game with the crowd noise and the chaos.
I'm sure it is. You know, Jake's trying to do a tremendous job. I believe in him. There's just a couple of things that we got to get fixed.
Hey, Coach, talking to Max after the game on Saturday, he was very frustrated, obviously, as he should be. I'm just wondering, with him, the whole offense, the team, where's the trust and the faith level for Jake Peetz as a play caller?
Well, you know, here's the thing. I got to take the responsibility for that. I got to talk to the team. Talk to the offense, and I'll continue to talk to them on the things that we have to get fixed. There are some things that are very fixable. You know, we just need to settle down. Mostly just call the play and let it go and not try to change the play. I think that's where we're getting into most of our problems. I think it's not that the guys are not working. It's not that they're not trying. I think they're trying a little too hard. So we need to simplify what we're doing on offense and let our players play.
Is the play that's coming down from the top, is it too complicated, or is Max trying to do too much with that play with regards to the situation?
No, I think this, first of all, when obviously the play clock, when we do it, we need to give them enough time. And the times that we had to call timeout, there wasn't enough time. So we shouldn't have tried to change the play because of the time. And I'm going to say this again. I'm full of responsibility for that. I want to make that clear, okay? And we're going to get that fixed.
Hey, Ed Daniels in New Orleans. Coach, why do you think, and this is the second time you said it, as respectfully as I can, why do you think it's necessary for you to say that you're responsible? What point?
I just think it's clear that when things don't go wrong, obviously I get asked questions and maybe they may sound like I'm trying to point the finger or something like that. And as you know me, Ed, and everybody knows me on there, that's not me. I'm going to take full responsibility for everything that happens in this program, and that's just the way it's going to be.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hey, Coach. This is Glenn West with LSU Country. Obviously there's been a lot that's been put on the ground game and just how that's just haven't been able to get up and going. I mean, just how much of that was the talk with you and the coordinators and the offensive team there just to try to figure out some ways to get that going?
Yeah, first of all, we need to be committed to it. And I think that we need to make a recommitment to calling the run plays that we practice. And sometimes we are, sometimes we're not. And we need to make a couple adjustments on the things that we do and maybe some different sets, some different formations to help us be more aggressive and attack the line of scrimmage. And we're not doing that well. Hopefully we can get that done this week.
Hey, Ed, it looked like there was quite a bit of rotation defensively, especially maybe in secondary. Was that something that was how you mentioned after the Mississippi State game that y'all needed to rotate more? Was that the reason that y'all were doing that?
Yeah, I think some of it was, but some of the guys were getting hurt. And we lost a lot of guys with some minor injuries. They had to get out for a couple of snaps. Some of them got back in, and some of them just have a couple of injuries that they're probably going to be out today or tomorrow. And hopefully they can play this week.
Hey, Coach, two questions. The first, going back to the offense, we've asked you like 5,000 questions about it already, but how much simpler can you make this, and what's the first step really, what's realistically a change in the play calling?
Well, first of all is call the play and run it. We have a thing that we call warp, where we go really fast, and we were doing that for a while, and we're really having success. The trouble is when we get to try to be a little too complicated, try to change the play, try to get a perfect play. We call that a look over, get a perfect play for the perfect defense, and that's when we've been getting in trouble. So we need to simplify those things, either quit doing it or do a better job of doing it.
And obviously, with a game like that, we're getting that much pressure pretty consistently. But they were getting away. Is that you look at that as more just an outlier that Nix was getting outside, or do you think that's an actual issue that you need to kind of focus on?
Well, I think it's an issue. I think it's an issue of angles. With the defensive linemen, which I help coach, and so I'm responsible of heading for the upfield shoulder. And a lot of times we did not do that. A lot of times we didn't take the proper angles on him. But look, you got to give him credit, man. He played lights out. And to have a quarterback make us miss that many tackles, I think that's the first time I've seen that as a coach, and I've been coaching for a long time. So give him credit. He played with extra effort.
Hey, Coach, offensive question again, but the running game, you talk about not calling it as much. Why wasn't it called as much when you had it?
Say it again now.
Why weren't there as many run plays called while you had the lead?
Yeah, I think that, in fact, I know we were working on our first down passing game. It worked very well. I think our guys were spot on in the first half. The big play to Keyshawn, all the run passes and the short passing game really helped us. They made some adjustments. They overloaded. In fact, they dropped 9 and rushed only 2. That's a situation where we must and will run the football. When they're dropping 8 and rushing only 3, we need to find a way to run the football. So, I think in certain situations we can pass the football. In certain situations we need to learn how to run the football.
Hey, Coach, this is Josh Sidley with Louisiana Ground Football. It seems continuity has been an issue on the O-line all season. Coming into the game, the starting O-line has only played 9 plays together. It seemed to show up against Auburn this week. Is that something that you guys are obviously addressing? Is that something that you've seen in practice this week?
Well, we started seeing it in camp. We didn't have our O-line, starting O-line. It was mixed all the time, and the continuity wasn't there. I think Coach Davis is doing a tremendous job. Listen, we lost our offensive line coach. This is not an excuse. It's a fact, in the middle of the summer. And he comes in, and he's a great coach. But there's a different style. There's some different techniques. Guys are veteran players. They got to get used to that. And there's a combination of our guys not being out there all the time, and then another combination of just being committed to the run game, being very physical, and we're going to run the football, and this is what we're going to do. So all those things come into factor of why we're not running the ball very well. Again, let me say this again. That is totally my responsibility.
Hey, Ed, is there anything you can do? Another offensive question. I know you got a lot of them. Is there anything you can do
to bring someone into the press box maybe to help Jake? Can Steve Ensminger be a help?
Yeah.
To say, let's find a play and let's stick to it, that
Yeah,
kind of thing?
yeah, that's a thought. That's a thought, and that has been considered. I think Steve is enjoying his retirement, and he does come. He does come as a consultant, and maybe he will come in the box. Might be something I'll talk to him about. Good idea. Is that it? Good shape. I hope you guys